Hi witches, wizards and muggle theorists. Welcome to Wondatell, my shiny new channel. Diving deep into fan theories. I'm thrilled to be here and a huge shout out to Reddit. I had some traffic show up on my dashboard showing that someone from Reddit's been viewing my videos, and I think someone shared a link somewhere. So I thought, let me jump over to Reddit, have a quick look at what's going on. Thank you for the magic. I can see on Reddit you're buzzing about the new HBO Harry Potter series like I am, with all the theories and what you would like to see in the show. It's set to premiere in 2027. I've been reading your posts to hear and read about all your hopes and dreams for the new series. Today I'm covering 5 key things you want the most. Number 1, book accuracy. Number 2, casting. Number 3, new storylines. Number 4, HBO's epic tone. And number 5, J.K. Rowling's role and what that involves. I've seen some bold theories to get your imagination all fired up. I'll run through these 5 points and then dig around in Reddit for some juicy details to make sure your voice is heard. So grab your Nimbus 2000, hit the subscribe button, let's apparate into the wizarding world. Let's start with the number 1 thing Reddit fans are shouting about from the rooftops: book accuracy. On your subreddit, fans are begging for a series that feels like they're stepping into J.K. Rowling's pages. One Redditor said, "I want to see the books translated to screen with all the downtime, common room moments," and I'm nodding so hard my one's sparkling. The original films cut out a lot, like Spew, Hermione's Elf Right Crusade, or Ron's strategic brilliance in the scenes like the chess in the Philosopher's Stone. And don't get me started on Ginny fans on Harry Potter subreddit. Feel a bit salty about her movie arc, with comments like, "Give us the fiery Ginny from the books." The TV format's longer runtime, potentially 8 episodes per book, means HBO can finally do justice to these details. And if you haven't already seen, I am doing a series, episode by episode, for season 1 of my vision to show you what I think should be in each episode. And I'm using a lot of X and Twitter and Reddit as my background to see what people also want to see. So I think we're all on the same page. We all want to see more. Here's a theory for you. HBO will dedicate entire episodes to book-specific subplots. So picture a whole episode on the Yale Ball with Harry and Ron's awkward hunting for partners. That would be an amazing episode. Or Peeves belting Filch with dung bombs. I'm betting we'll see Ron's Quidditch heroics in the Order of Phoenix, or Hermione struggles with House Elf rights, played out with real depth. But here's a twist: could HBO add too much detail and slow the pace? Or maybe they'll weave in subtle Easter eggs from the books, like Neville's parents, when Neville's parents were in St. Mungo's, to make fans scream with joy. What book moment are you dying to see on screen? Reddit is turning it into a Triwizard tournament of opinions. They announced Dominic McGoughlin as Harry, Alistair Stout as Ron, and Arabella Stanton as Hermione, and Pape Askew as Snape. It sparked some serious buzz on the subreddit. Everyone's thrilled at the age-accurate portrayal of the kids, so it seems like everybody's on board with that. We've seen a few sneak peeks of the actors in the audiobook version and stuff that's out on the open forum now of them filming bits and bobs. Finally, a trio that look like 11 years old. But a serious Snape, that's diverse. Some love it, some love the idea of a younger Snape, but others worry, like one Redditor who said, "James bullying Snape might feel racially charged now." Fans were also tossing out dream casts like a diverse Hermione or a gritty Sirius Black. It was very difficult to have already seen Harry Potter and know which cast and which people play which characters. Someone else stepping into that character is going to be a tough scene to follow, big shoes to fill, as they would say. So I think if we watch it with a mindset of, let's watch it as a standalone, how well do they portray it in that standalone? Because if we start comparing, then it's going to be tricky. I feel like I will want to compare it at some point. What's the new Snape like versus the old Snape? But to give it a chance, to make it feel good, I might first watch it as a standalone and be like, you know what, forget what I already know about Harry Potter. What's this bringing to the table? And that might help me get through it. Some of it's very emotional for people. Obviously, we've grown up with Harry Potter, and a lot of it's linked to our feelings of what we were going through when watching it. And we want to make sure that people can maybe treat the old Harry Potter as that sense of movie you can watch at the times you want a little bit of a boost, and maybe treat the new one as an extra, because you always want to see a bit more. let's just hope HBO gets some more of the book scenes in the new series. The young trio might lean into the book's messy friendships. Another theory I've got is I think the new trio can lean more into the book's messy friendships. Think about Hermione's bossy outbursts, how Ron was a lot more clever in the books than he was portrayed in the movies. A lot of the things, like the clever stuff Ron was saying, was getting pushed over to Hermione in the movies, and she was saying that dialogue, which seemed a bit odd to me, making her feel like she was the more clever one than Ron. I'm predicting a standout moment where Harry's vulnerabilities shine, maybe during the Mirror of Erised scene. But the question is, will fans embrace the new faces? Or will nostalgic Daniel Radcliffe and co win out? Who's your dream cast for the key role? Are you on team new vibe or keep it classic? Let me know in the comments. New storylines and deeper lore. So on the subreddit, Harry Potter on HBO are itching for HBO to explore corners of the wizarding world the books only teased. One redditor said, hopefully we get a Marauders era show eventually, and I'm already planning for my fanfiction. Others went flashbacks to the first Wizarding War, showing James and Lily. There's also hype for like side characters, so maybe Mrs. Fig and maybe some more magical creatures like a Niffler stealing the show. And fans are even begging for a Slytherin hero to shake up the house stereotypes. The main theory is, will HBO weave in original content to expand Wizarding World? Imagine a cold opening showing young Tom Riddle at the orphanage setting up his descent into Voldemort, or a subplot about Ravenclaw students solving a magical mystery. I'm betting we'll get at least one episode per season with new material, like the daily lives of Hufflepuffs, or peek into the daily lives of the school runnings. But then we've also got, will too much new stuff upset the purists, the book purists? Should the new stuff be things from the books that wasn't included in the past movie? What new storylines are you craving for? And which minor characters deserve their moment? So the HBO tone and production, Reddit's buzzing about how HBO is going to make this new series look and feel. You guys want it to be darker and more mature than the films. A lot of fans want it to have that Game of Thrones production magic. One fan on Harry Potter Reddit was saying, I can't wait to see how the design, some leaks of Hagrid with his costume looking a little bit better than the photo with how it's laid out. He looks a little bit rough and ready around the edges, but there's elements there that they are thinking about it. Obviously, once they do editing and they've got the cuts and the color profiles on that raw footage we've seen leaked, it should look a lot better. A lot of the raw footage doesn't look great because a lot of people are standing on the sidelines recording it, whereas when they use the correct cameras and they've got all the colors and the lighting set up, it looks a lot better normally in the videos. There's quite a lot of people in Reddit geeking out over like all the leaked footage and looking at individual pieces. I'm enjoying that, so keep that coming. That's some great detail, having lots of different minds view it from different perspectives, like how Hagrid's coat is made from old burlap sacks and it looked like it said Scotland on the inside pocket. It's always great to see the extra level of detail. Imagine Vernon in a tacky tracksuit. If HBO gets it right, they can have a Diagon Alley that looks so detailed you can smell the owl droppings while you're watching the movie series. But the main theory here is, will HBO blend the book's whimsical feel with a nice, gritty cinematic edge from the first episodes? Chamber of Secrets and Philosopher's Stone, those two were slightly different. But if they start from early on, are they going to keep that same feel? Interesting. Think about like the Tri-Wizard Tournament Dragon Chase. Like it felt like a blockbuster. Or Chamber of Secrets with like the real horror vibes. Are those going to be expanded out? I'm predicting a Hogwarts that's both magical and lived in, with practical effects for animals and creatures like Fluffy. Will they lean too dark and lose the book's cozy charm? Or maybe they nail the balance. Imagine Wonderwall in a Muggle scene. What's your dream aesthetic for the show? Alright, let's tackle the big one then. J.K. Rowling's role. She's an executive producer, and Reddit split down the middle with this one. Rowling's input means no more movie cuts. It's a tough conversation. The fans want to know how much control she'll have versus like the showrunners. Francesca Gardner, who's worked on HBO hits like Succession. Rowling's influence will lock in book accuracy, but clash with HBO's modern push for inclusivity. I'm guessing we'll see her stamp on things like spell mechanics or Hogwarts. The real question here is, can they balance J.K. Rowling's book with the new series that keeps that same element going? It's all down to how people felt when they read the book, and people have a lot of heart for the books and they feel really attached to them, and it's quite hard if someone comes along and starts changing stuff. It's interesting to see how this works out, but I think there will be a split down the middle. Some people will enjoy it, some people will give it a chance to see what it's like, others will just be like, you know what, I like what was done, I don't want to see new stuff, I'll stick with what I've got. So change can be difficult for people, so there's no right or wrong answer. Choose what you like and follow that process. If you like the old movies and you don't want to see something new, let it be. Give it a couple of years. Once it's died down, maybe in time you might come to have a look at it and see what it's like. Was it worth the hype? Because in the moment when something new comes out, there's a lot of like news and stuff around it, but once it dies down, you have your own perspective. You watch it as a new creation and see how you feel. We're all individuals, make our own choices. The question is, can they balance her vision with a fresh take? What do you think HBO should prioritize? But there you have it, theorists. Your biggest wishes for HBO Harry Potter series, straight from the Reddit cauldron. You're craving a book accurate adaptation, bold new castings, expanded lore, HBO's cinematic magic, and a careful balance with Rowling's role. I'm so excited to keep theorizing with you as new things drop. What's the one thing you want the most from this series? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe for more visiting news, and I am doing a series on what I think should be in each of the Harry Potter seasons, episode by episode. So check that playlist out, you'll see that at the end screens. If you liked this, share it with your fellow Potterheads, and let's get this video to 1000 likes.